everyone, welcome to the Beez Knits podcast. I'm Jess and I'll be your host. This is a podcast about knitting and yarn and some general other stuff. I already told you who I am. My name's Jess. I am the owner and dyer of Pickle Dyeworks, and if you want you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, there's a store and Etsy, and there is a Ravelry group for the podcast. All of those links will be in the down bar below. I like how I'm moving my hands and you can't really see them. Alright, so I know it's been a long time since I've podcasted, and today is December 4th. I think it's episode 12. I recorded an episode like 2 weeks ago, and then I was having problems with my computer and I didn't get to upload it, so I thought I'd just scrap that one, delete it, start fresh. So, it is about 10:30 on a Monday, which is a rare day for me to be podcasting. I normally record on Tuesday, but I thought since I had the gumption, I would take advantage of it. So, I have one finished object, 2 whips, and I have some stash enhancement this week. So, this is going to be a big one. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and subscribing and everything. If you're a new viewer, settle in, grab some tea, you're knitting, and let's have a hangout. First thing, finished objects. Let me move this out of the way. I have everything just in a huge pile next to me. I thought it'd be easier, but I don't know that this is easier. Alright, so finished object. I will start with the yarn I used. The yarn I used for everything I'm making right now is the stuff I've dyed myself. So everything is Pickle Dyeworks. I feel so out of practice, I don't know where to start. So I made the DK Brioche Bandana Cowl by Lavagna Patricella, and I love it. This is called Pink Elephants, and this is called Juniper, and these are on the DK Twisty Single Space. So it's a DK weight yarn, single ply, if you can see here. Very fluffy, very warm. And let me tell you, I thought I was going to prefer the green as the main color. I totally, not a normal color I would pick for a main color for me. Like, I enjoy these colors and I like them, which is why I dyed them up. But normally I go more towards this. So I was surprised. And the finished object, I still didn't weave in the end. So let me tell you, I did this in only a couple days and it's been sitting around because I need to block it and I need to wash it because I got dust on it, I'm pretty sure. Because my allergies were going crazy the day I wore it, but I was warm. And so this is the right side of it, and it just looks like a really strange triangle. So let me show you the back. The joy and the genius in this pattern is that you knit brioche in the round until here, and then you start doing brioche flat, doing decreases to make this shape, to make it a bandana shape. So then when you wear it, you don't have a bunch of bulk in the back, but you have your whole front covered underneath your jacket. If you zip up, you're covered. So let me see if I can put this on. No, I can't do it with my hair. Okay, I got it. So anyways, this is it. Ta-da! And it's super warm. So like I said, there's not a lot of bulk in the back. And then the front is like that. And then you go like this. And if you were to zip up your coat, you've got it tucked in. It's not going to come out. And you're super warm. I'm already warmer. I'm a little cool today. So that's that. And I'm going to take it off before I get too hot. And just in case my allergies start acting up. Because like I said, I wore it and it was an issue. But let me show you the wrong side because it's just as pretty. So this is with the green if it was to be the main color. Ta-da! So I have enough to make another one of these, which I think I'm going to do. I had 2 full skeins that I dyed up, and I used less than half of the total weight of them. Because I weighed this, and then I weighed those two together, and I got more than this left, so I'm good to make another. I cranked this out, and I think, like, it was less than a week. I'm not sure how many days. I'd have to check my Ravelry page, but I love it. And the singles, the only thing about it is that it's definitely a more delicate yarn because it's a single ply, and it's not, like, super tight twist, so I definitely have some pills already. There's some little fuzzy bits here and there that I've been picking off that I know I shouldn't be doing. So I keep yelling at myself, but it's so soft and comfy, and everyone should make one of these. It is a perfect beginner brioche project. If you want to learn, do this. The only thing I would say is if you're not confident about how easy it is to learn, even though I think it's so easy, once you figure it out, it's almost mindless in a way. You just get into the pattern of it and the rhythm, and you're just going. Don't use a single ply yarn if you're not sure, because when you rip it out, sometimes it'll felt or rip and tear, so you don't want that. But if you are a crazy knitting rebel like me and say, this is what I want, and do it, you'll be fine. You will be rewarded. Plus, like I said, if you were to buy 2 full skeins, you've got enough that if you make a mistake, you can easily make at least 1 cowl plus a million mistakes. And if you're good, you can make 2. So I'm going to make myself another one of these for sure. And I don't even care if they're in the same colors. I'm gonna do it because I can. So that is my only finished object. So let me set this down. And then I have 2 whips. I'll start with the oldest whip, which is my Zweig sweater by Caitlin Hunter of Boylan Knitworks. And if you remember, I'm knitting this on, I'm stuck, on the strong sock base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, in Robots Don't Cry, which is super pretty. And before I show you my sweater, let me grab really quick these extra skeins. They're ready to ship out as soon as I cut out the labels and put them on. Sorry if you don't like bag noises. But this is what Robots Don't Cry looks like in the skein. Let me hold these up for you. How gorgeous is this? This is on the MCN, and it picked up the speckles and dye so beautifully. Look at that. So pretty. So this is what I used for my sweater, just in a different base. I wish I could just show you guys this always. I love it. It's so pretty. Show you it in every way. Obsessed. And for the contrast color, I did pumpkin guts, which is also to be sent out. Someone bought one of the Zweig sweater kits from me on the MCN base, and I think it's going to be a beautiful sweater if that's what they decide to do with it. So, look at that. That's going to be gorgeous. So pretty. Look at those together. Let me sandwich it for you. Why not? See, how could you not love this? Love this. Okay, so anyways, that's what I used. I used Robots Don't Cry, and then for the lace part and the color work, contrast color, I used Pumpkin Guts, which is that pretty orange. And if I can pick this up, it's not going to be, oh no, I'm just throwing yarn balls now. It's not going to be super pretty, easy to see, because I am working on the sleeves, and I'm doing 2 at a time, so it's kind of a little folded up. So let's see what I can do here. I haven't worked on this in about 5 days or so. Anyways, here's the front with the gorgeous, let me get that out of the way, triangles, lace work, and those little bars, and then the eggs pattern throughout. And I did this a little shorter to be kind of a crop sweater to go with dresses and skirts. So there we go, because that's my just personal preference. And let me hold this up here so you can get a look. And so I folded it in half for you, and this is the sleeves, and as far as I've gotten. So you can see, oh, and fold it up. I'm doing the X pattern from the body on the sleeves as well. And let's see, I am about 1, 2, 3, 4. I made 4 pattern repeats for the arms so far. And how many did I do for the body? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on the body. So the question at this point for my sweater is, here, if I do it this way, you can see it with the little sleeveys. So this is my sweater. I've tried it on. I took pictures. They are on my Instagram. I just cannot wait to wear it. I'll just pretend I'm wearing it now. So the question is, do I want 3/4 length sleeves or do I want to do full length sleeve? I'm kind of leaning towards the full length sleeve. As much as I love to push the sleeves up on my sweaters, I hate 3-length sleeves because I feel like they just feel uncomfortable. Because sometimes, you know, you pull your sleeve up and you only pull it up to here, and that's where the 3/4 length sleeves usually run. But I don't know, it just feels uncomfortable. They start to get loose here and I don't like it. And I don't like when the sleeves end around the elbow either. I just feel like it cuts me off in an unflattering way and it just feels uncomfortable. So, thinking full length sleeves, which is going to be quite a bit more work. But it's worth it. Just how, I cannot ever get over how perfect this is. She's a genius. If anyone was a knitting pattern genius and a yarn whisperer and just understands general life, it's Caitlin Hunter. You need to buy just one of her patterns. Just knit one of her patterns and you will be, you know, you'll be sold, you will become a believer, and that will be that. And I think that you should be, because everything she designs is gold. It's insane that I could like one person's design so much. I'm obviously just a huge fan of her aesthetic, and that's it. Because I already knit the Rock Creek sweater, I'm doing this Vike sweater. I know I'm going to have another one of her sweaters on the needles as soon as I finish this. Just which one? I don't know. I see she's working on a new one. I'm pretty sure it's a sweater with yarn from Ritual Dyes. Also, her yarns are gorgeous. Check them out. Look at her feed on general on Instagram. It's also super great. And those two together are going to make a gorgeous knit sweater, sample picture, etc. And I'm going to be sold. So check out Ritual Dyes. If you haven't checked out Caitlin Hunter on Ravelry and Instagram, I will put all those links in the show notes in the Ravelry group for you guys. So if you have any questions about anything, you should be able to just check it out there. Okay. I'm going to stop gushing over this sweater now because honestly I could talk for an hour about how much I love the sweater and how much fun it was and how perfect the design is. And how flattering the design is and everything. So, I will instead talk to you about a new pattern I'm working on. Not that I'm designing, just a new pattern that came out that I'm knitting on. Let me open this up for you. I've been putting my yarn in bags so that I can do 2 at a time without it getting twisted up, which is so smart. So if you remember, I may have showed you, I can't remember anymore, the colorway Bring the Hammer Daddy, which is inspired by the movie The Loved Ones, which is an Australian horror film / slasher film. Pretty sure it counts as a slasher film. It's about a girl who, it's been a long time since I've seen it, which I should just watch it again to refresh my memory and just generally enjoy it. And she's homeschooled, and it's just her and her dad, and she wants to go to prom. And then a bunch of crazy stuff ensues, and it's kind of like Saw meets Prom, we'll say. So here's this. It's inspired by the dress and the cover with the bright pink, and then I added some purple and then some red for blood. It sounds terrible when you say it, but this is it all caked up. I have pictures on my Instagram, and obviously there are pictures on Ravelry, as well as on the Etsy shop if you were interested in buying this colorway. The thing that's interesting about this colorway, again, I really like the colorway. Like when I dyed it up, they were colors I liked and I put it together, but it was something that I would never pick up to use on my own. Very similar to how I like this, but it's rare that I would do something in this. It's just not the color palette that I wear as often, even though I find them visually pleasing and I enjoy them. So there's that kind of disconnect for me. So I was trying to knit. I want to knit like a sample in every yarn that I dye if I can, or use every color in a project. So say if I make a shawl with a couple colors, I want to put that in there so you can see how it looks and how it plays with other stuff. You know, you want to see how it knits up if you even consider buying stuff. In my opinion, I like to know what I think it's going to look like. So what I did is started another pair of socks. Did I need to? No. Did I do it anyway? Yes. The deal is I wasn't going to cast on anything because I wanted to finish all the projects I had on the needles for the end of the year. And so I need to finish my sweater sleeves before the end of the year. And then I need to knit one pair of the Rye socks by Tin Can Knits, which also 90% sure the Grocery Girls Tin Can Knits knit along is still going on. Check them out on Ravelry. They have a group. If it's still running, which I'm pretty sure it's running until December 31st, grab yourself one of their free patterns, knit yourself up a gift for someone that you need a last minute gift for, or, you know, you want something for yourself to be warm. They've got mitten and hat patterns and sweater patterns and sock patterns and, you know, even buy a pattern because their free patterns are written well. I bet you that their paid patterns are even better. The Rye socks are a standard for me. I've knit like 4 so far this year and I've got one more to do. One was for me, the first pair of socks I ever knit, so the pattern is written wonderfully if you can do your first sock with a free pattern from them. So do it. Just do it. Let's see. So anyways, that was the thing I had to do, is I have to finish that because it's actually a gift for someone. And then I had cast on a pair of the speckled space socks, which are sitting right next to me, and they need some love. And I've decided I want to try Fish Lips Kiss heel on them. So once I finish this sock, I want to at least finish the one that I've been working on, and then do the other socks. I might pick them up. I don't know. I got a lot to do see, today's the 4th, and there's only 31 days in the month, so you do the math. I've got a lot to do. Anyways, so Jacqueline Salem from Brooklyn Knitfolk. Wow. From Brooklyn Knitfolk, designed. Wow. What are words? She designed another sock pattern, and I had been anxiously awaiting it to come out. I kept seeing it in her Instagram stories when she was doing like train knitting, and I was like, you've got to let me see what this looks like. I'm dying. And so she finally released the pattern, and she showed it on her latest podcast, and then it was released this last week, and then I bought it because I was gonna buy it anyway, but she had 15% off until Sunday, so I was like, oh yes please. So I picked it up, and then I went running through the stash of the pre-dyed yarn I had, and I picked this out to do. And I thought I was going to regret it, but I think it looks good. So these are the Irving socks. And what I did was I cast on the ribbing of this one and did the setup row. So this is just ready to go. And they'll have, because I made sure to count very carefully, the same amount in ribbing. So everything should be about the same on these socks, which sometimes it's not. And so this is the back. And the interesting thing about this yarn is it's very stripy. And because it goes from such a dark color to such a lighter pink, it's almost got like thick kind of bands of stripes in there. And what it is on the back, there's a purl row right here, here. I'm sure you can see. Also, yes, I turned the heel last night. So that's how far I am. This is what I've done since Friday. I did the ribbing on the other one, plus all of this. There we go. And the front is the best part. Do you see this? It is like Art Deco inspired. We've got 2 cables running down the center and this fan design. if I put my hand in here, because the pattern kind of, the yarn pulls in on itself, so you can't get a good look at it. So now that I've got like basically a blocker in here, you see the cables and the feather design, and then you see the stripes running throughout. And see how it kind of scrunches together because there's the pearls rows in there? But look at that. I'll show you this all day, every day. The pattern is gorgeous. These, if I don't remember if I told you, they're called the Irving socks. They are knit top down, and she does a short row heel, and so that's what I did. So that's my little short row heel, and it's so goofy looking because it's got such little stripes compared to the big ones. And here's the bottom. This will show you what it would knit up. And just plain stockinette. This is, I'm doing the medium size on size 2 needles. US 2 I think is like 3mm, 2.75mm, depending, I don't remember already. But I'm doing this on the size 2 9-inch circulars, 66 stitches across, and so this is what it looks like, which I think is really fun in and of itself. And that would be just a fun vanilla sock like this. I'm just going to show you that forever too. But it really lends itself quite nicely to the pattern. Like, it lends itself nicely to this because it kind of highlights the pearl bumps and makes stripes within there. So it's like double striped. And then this has the stripe. But I don't believe that it takes away from the pattern, which I was afraid it was going to. That was the fear I always have when it comes to this kind of stuff, but absolutely not. It's gorgeous. I love the cables were not what I thought they were going to be. I didn't pay attention, but they're kind of like a little horseshoe waterfall going down, and it's just perfect. She is a genius pattern putter togetherer. To make these socks. If you don't remember, if you haven't seen it before, or you haven't seen my podcast before, she designed the Clark socks, which I did for the mint long that Candace from Pin Feathers and Pearls did that is ended. And it has a little sweet little cable down the back here, same kind of heel, and then she does these pearl ridges at a diagonal, and then a beautiful big cable down the center. And so, similar design element, but different. But these, it's a beautiful design. Hers was done in kind of like a really pretty, I want to say it was mossy green, like a kind of diffused army green even, like light. I'm just throwing out weird words to try to describe it to you. And it's gorgeous. And so I had to have them. And I was thinking, as I saw her green ones, that while they can look feminine, they can also look quite masculine, and I think this is a very great unisex pattern. It does not lend itself one way or the other to a specific idea of masculine or feminine in looks, and so I'm thinking that I might make a pair of them for Nate when I'm done with these for myself. Because while he could wear these, I think I want to keep them for myself. I've been doing a lot of selfish knitting. I think it was like a weird kind of blowback from all the gift socks I did, and I just wanted like a break because I knit 2 pairs of socks that I gave away, plus all the Christmas socks, and I feel like I knit something else for someone, but I can't remember. Oh, and I knit a bunch of baby blankets this year and a baby sweater, and so I felt like I deserved some selfish knitting, and so I've been working on these, and I'm thinking that I will be done with these in a few days. I'm probably going to cast on those rye socks very soon, so I can at least get them started. I meant to cast them on before Thanksgiving, and I didn't. So that is a mistake that I made that I will have to rectify before I get myself in even bigger trouble by not having anything done. So that's all my finished objects. That's all my whips. I do have a touch of stash enhancement. Before that, though, I want to show you something that I finally finished, which is the tags for my yarn. This is a test tag. It is done on regular paper. They will actually be printed on cardstock, which I have printed out. I just need to cut them out. And so this is a skein of silver bells on the stellina. I'll just show you. So this is obviously inspired by the song Silver Bells for Christmas. This is one of the Christmas colorways. And this is the tag. Yes, I know it's backwards because of my camera. I'm hoping I can flip it in the video editor if I remember. So it says the brand name. I'll write the name of the yarn. This will say the weight of the yarn if it's like fingering. And then this is, you know, the weight in grams plus how many yards is on it. Then on the back, I know this is a stellina base, but I was printing out the tags for the MCN base. And so it just says fiber content, and it'll tell you what it is, and the percentages, and then the care instructions, and the Etsy website. So I decided to do little hang tags. I thought this was cute. I hope you think it's cute too. So yeah, I got a logo, because all I can do is just, you know, get rid of that stuff. And I got a little logo with my jar and my name. And there you go. I think it's adorable. I like it. Do you like it? Is it good enough? So that's that. So if you were to order a skein, it will have a tag now, since I have officially made an adorable little tag. And okay, that's all that businessy stuff for you. And what I have to share with you is a touch of stash enhancement. I purchased myself a pair of Knitter's Pride Royale needles, 24 inch. Why I bought that, I'm not entirely sure. US 2.5, 3 millimeter. These babies. I wanted to try them out. I'm having a little bit of buyer's remorse on these because I don't really know what I'm going to use these for. The needles are super long and the cord is either too long or too short for what I want. I probably shouldn't have done this. I don't know. I might, well, I don't know. What do you use these for? I usually use much longer or 16-inch cords. So, I don't know. Can I still do a hat on this? I don't know. The needles, like I said, are much longer than I thought they would be. And I should have known better. And also, by thought they would be, I meant I saw them at the store and I picked them up and then I came home and realized, because I didn't look at them quite right. So, if I didn't say, which I'm pretty sure I didn't, I went to Nitty Gritty, which is a little local yarn shop by me in Syracuse, New York. If you are ever in the area, or if you live in the area, go check her out. I saw it today on Instagram. She posted that she's been open for 6 months now. So, congratulations on your 6-month anniversary. Lovely Nitty Gritty, and I hope you have at least 60 million more months. So, I enjoy the store. I don't get to get out there that often, because if I do, I spend all my money. But she's super nice. She has a great selection of stuff. There's nothing bad to say about it. I like it. It's nice. And I spend all my money, so that's what I don't like about it, spending money. But what I did do, because I'm silly, is I bought 2 of the Hedgehog Fibers minis. Because they're 2 colors that I like that she didn't have in full skeins. So instead of, I don't know, asking her to get them in or purchasing them somewhere else, I bought the minis, which are a little more pricey than I probably should have spent. Because my husband would kill me. So this is Wild Card, which I love. I don't even know what I'm going to do with these guys. Why did I do this? And this is Oracle. And to be honest, I almost bought myself a full skein of Artifact. So, I almost spent like $1 million. But I was very good and I only bought 4 things. Because the last thing I bought is this little magnet that says, I feel like knit. And this is from, I wrote it down because I think it's Shelly Can. Yes. Check her out on Instagram. Check out her store. She's got a bunch of funny, quippy little things like this. I was going to buy the pin and then I didn't think it would get as much use. So now that I've showed you guys, I can put this on my refrigerator. They had this in a pink, like a baby pink, but I liked the black better. So there you go. I bought myself this. See? It's a magnet. Why do you don't care. So that is my stash enhancement. I tried not to get too crazy. It's so easy to do. So that's all I've got for you guys. I wanted to kind of keep it as short as I could. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving if you lived in the United States and enjoyed time with your family. Let's see. Advent started yesterday, if I'm correct. So that's, you know, the magical countdown to Christmas. I know people that have their yarn advent calendars, and I've been enjoying watching everyone on Instagram opening everyone else's because a bunch of dyers did it, so it's kind of like a surprise for me to see everyone's stuff. I didn't buy one, but I'm enjoying looking at everyone's stuff. Everyone's doing Vlogmas, which I considered doing, but then I realized I'm too boring. You don't want to see the same thing every day for days, so I just didn't. I even recorded one for the first day, and then I was like, this is boring. No one's going to watch this, and I just passed on it. So I think that's it. Not really much to say. I'm going to put some DK weight in the shop. I also have worsted weight to put in the shop. I know some of you had expressed interest in the heavier weight yarns, and I know it took me a little while to get them together for you. It's not because I didn't care or I was ignoring you guys. It's just that I had a lot of projects in my mind for fingering weight, and so I bought yarns for that first, and now that I've got those out of the way and my head's clear, you know, I'm ready to add some more stuff. And I didn't want to add everything all at once onto the shop. I was a little tentative about opening the Etsy shop in the first place, but I've made my first official sale on Etsy, so I'm feeling better. It pays for all my listing fees plus everything else, so I'll probably, you know, start listing a few more things. Also, if there's ever a colorway you want, on a base you want, you know, message me, and we can work something out. I am not opposed to picking up another base if people want it, specific colors people want. I am very accommodating in that way. So if you would like, check out Pickle Dyeworks. Also check out the podcast group on Ravelry for any questions, comments, concerns, news, etc. will be there. And I'm on Instagram. So I think that's it. I'm going to let you guys go before I take up the rest of your time. It's been about 35 minutes, which I think is fair enough. I'll try to come back next week. We'll see what I have done. Let's see if I finally started those socks I was supposed to do. And you guys have a great week, and I will see you hopefully next week. Bye!